Good morning again. As I have already covered Unit 3.1 in your online classes as well as in the videos uploaded, now I am going to discuss once again about the Unit 3.2. As in your books, Unit 3.2 heads up Hunger, Hardships and Popular Revolts. This is a topic which has been mentioned as a topic of hunger and hardships, but ultimately in today's video, we will be formalizing how France became republic. Please listen to it carefully, guys. The Unit 3, not a subpart Unit 3.2, Unit 3. Unit 3 says age of revolutions from 1830 to 1848. I'll go back to the year 1830s, which is referred to as that the year of 1830s, not 30s, okay? 30s were the years of great economic hardship for the people of Europe. It was the first part of the 19th century where there was enormous increase in the population, sudden increase in the population, not only in France but throughout the Europe. You can say all over the Europe. Maximum where the population increase was so much, ultimately it leads to unemployment. Now there were more job seekers than the opportunities of employment. ये सिंपल सी बात है भैया, उतनी नौकरियां होंगी ना जितनी थी, लेकिन पॉपुलेशन बढ़ने के बाद पहली दिक्कत ये आई कि सबको नौकरी चाहिए और सबके लिए नौकरी अवेलेबल नहीं है. Now we will talk about that people live in two areas. Number one, as the industrial revolution has taken place, certain cities have converted themselves into industrial towns. Many people from rural areas, in order to get employment, shifted to the urban areas, shifted to towns and cities. But when they migrated to cities, they found no place to live. So the people who come from rural areas migrated to cities have to live in overcrowded slums. स्लम्स यानी झुग्गी झोपड़, जहां पर आपकी हेल्दी कंडीशंस प्रिवेल नहीं करती हैं. Moreover, with coming of them, there was a problem regarding other producers too. Big industries were flourishing. They were getting labor at the cheaper rate. Industries have managed to purchase the machines, but what about the small producers? These small producers in towns were facing stiff competition. They were facing competition because handmade weaving has been stopped. People were now basically buying cheap machine-made goods. And they were also upset that in France also there were import of cheap textile making machines. So ultimately, when industrialization was on advanced, textile production was getting boomed up. It was one aspect, but on other aspect, it was carried in homes and workshops where it came to an halt. Small producers can't able to compete. Now coming to the rural areas. There were also rural areas, or there were certain regions in Europe where aristocracy was still in an important position. They occupied a eminent role. They enjoyed all the powers. Aristocrats hold all the power. And under certain circumstances, peasants have to struggle. They have to struggle against the feudal dues and obligations. हालात peasants के भी खराब हो गए. Ultimately, this was not over when suddenly it was felt that due to bad harvest, the food price rise is going up day by day. जहाँ पॉपुलेशन राइज होगी, जहाँ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी, जहाँ स्टिफ कंडीशन होगी, जहाँ लोगों को अच्छी रहने की जगह नहीं मिलेगी, उनकी बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स पूरे नहीं होंगे, जहाँ पीजेंट्स भी सफ़र कर रहे होंगे, अर्बन में रहने वाले लोग भी सफ़र कर रहे होंगे, जहाँ प्राइस राइज भी आएगी, जहाँ बैड हार्वेस्ट भी होगा, ऐसे में यूरोप में आया पॉपुलिज्म. हेयर इट लेट मीन्स पॉपुलिज्म मीन्स बेचैनी, गुस्सा, बर्दाश्त करने की शक्ति खत्म हो जाना. एंड ऑल व्हेन दिस हैपेंड इन यूरोप, one such year came after 1848. Yeah, one such year was 1848. In this year, as people were fed up, people were screwed up, people were full of anger due to the shortage of food, due to unemployment or long prevailed unemployment, they were not able to feed their families, they come out on streets. Basically, it can be said they demonstrated and they rebelled against the monarchy. In such a situation, barricades were constructed or erected. लोगों राजा ने सेना को बुला लिया और जगह जगह पर चौकसी करना शुरू कर दिया. बट पीपल वर नाउ स्केर्ड. दे वर इन अ पोजिशन कि मरना तो वैसे भी है और मर से भी है. दे केम ऑन स्ट्रीट एंड स्टार्ट अटैकिंग ऑन द फोर्सेस ऑफ द आर्मी. In such a situation, the capital of France, that is Paris, was one city where people came on the streets. Ultimately, it happened to nothing. Louis Philippe was forced to flee. Louis Philippe वो राजा जिसे बॉन डायनेस्टी को हटाकर कंजर्वेटिव्स ने वेना कांग्रेस के दौरान दोबारा मोनार्की को इस्टेब्लिश करते हुए फ्रांस का राजा बनाया था, वो 1848 में भाग गया. When he fled, when he ran away, again the elections were conducted. Elections were conducted for constituting National Assembly. National Assembly means now it was being cleared that France is not going to be monarchical again. It will be living a free country and it will be turning out to be republic. All voting rights were given to male. Universal male suffrage was given. Universal here basically refers that all male above the 21 year of age, whether from clergy, nobility or any other state, were given right to vote. One more thing National Assembly did at that time was it accepted, it demanded and finalized or gave everybody right to work. Hence, in 1848, France became republic. Not only this, in your book there is also one topic which also speaks about one such revolt, that is Sicilian weavers' crisis or Sicilian weavers' uprising. Actually, it happened before France turned republic. It happened in 1845. This crisis was basically against contractors. Those contractors who supply raw material in the rural areas to the peasants, to the weavers who weave cloth, who make textiles. They order products to them, they supply them raw material, they ask the weavers to finish the production on time. But when weavers of Cilicia did so, contractors refused to give them payments. Result was that it uprose the Sicilian weavers uprising. It resulted into uprising. About 18,000 inhabitants came on street against the contractors. On 4th of June 1845, this is 4th of June 1845, 2 बजे भी लोगों ने कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स के मेसन्स के ऊपर, घरों के ऊपर अटैक करना शुरू कर दिया. According to newspaper reports, this crisis was so harsh that they forced into the houses of contractors in such a way that they broke all the window panes, they basically broke all the furniture, they basically you can say टुकड़े टुकड़े कर दिए porcelain material के, जो मिट्टी की चीज़ें होती हैं या मतलब टाइल्स वगैरह जैसी बनी हुई होती हैं, Even they tried to attack on the storehouses. They plundered, they vanished, they fired all the piles of cloth which has been made by them. जब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को लिए मुश्किल हुआ, he tried to flee out. वो आसपास के गांव में भाग गए. वहाँ पर भी इन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स को जगह नहीं मिली और तकरीबन उस समय भी लुइस फिलिप और उसके एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को तकरीबन 24 आवर्स लग गए थे टू ब्रिंग द कंडीशंस डाउन. But one thing was made clear, that now the uprisings are not going to be stopped here. It has started emerging and showing its influence all over the Europe. Guys, with this topic, I have ended up my Unit 3.2. I will be doing Unit 3.3 along with Unit 4 with the German unification. Thank you, guys.